if I forget to edit it out. Hey guys, gals, friends, and pals, this is Paul, EastXTwitch, and welcome to another episode of Saturday Game School, where we learn about a different game every Saturday of the year. Tonight I'm joined on mic by Galadrius.
Hello, syphilis. Don't get it.
And Spazpol.
Don't have syphilis, I don't.
Don't
Hope
have
not.
Talking about me, I don't.
We hope not,
More to that
dude.
one.
And Brandykatz off to the side.
Hi.
Yes. Anyway, we've got a quote from Jeff Minter because we are looking at Llamasoft, the Jeff Minter collection for Xbox. It's also on PlayStation, Switch, and Steam.
So what this is part of what's called a Gold Master Series. This is made by the guys at Digital Eclipse. They worked on a number of games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga Collection, Atari 50. I mean, they know their retro stuff pretty much inside and out. With this Gold Master Series, they released first game a few months ago called Karateka. That's based on the Jordan Mechner classic. And now we are playing the Jeff Minter story. We're looking at all his great games. This includes Tempest 2000 on the Jaguar, a number of his older releases. As you can see, it's very, very, very interactive.
Yes, he has a couple of games that are probably considered great by some people, and a whole lot of really old computer games. But yeah, let's look at we've got some stuff here. This is, what do you call it? Museum type stuff? Documentary stuff, that's it. All right. So he's British, it turns out.
Yep.
Look at that. Several Harry Potter movies. How nice. And,
yeah, I mean,
Yep.
so what it is, there are videos, like interviews, like a look at his past. I mean, he does have a storied history of the games he made, even though not all of them were hits, but a lot of people respect his work. He also did Defender 2000 on Jaguar, which is not in this collection due to licensing, sadly.
yeah, that's a shame.
It is. That was actually a really
crazy.
fun game.
They should have ponied up for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of crazy that there's licensing issues with anything on the Jaguar, because like, didn't most of that Atari stuff kind of lapse with how many times that company's been?
Yeah,
Well,
but there's
somebody,
some games...
Warner Brothers, I think, maybe, who owns Defender now.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Fox owns Alien vs. Predator, so we'll never see that port come out, which kind of stinks. But, you know, and then obviously Doom.
It doesn't mean you couldn't see it. It just means that they have to put in the legwork to go, and money to go and negotiate a deal for it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's Digital Eclipse. They're a good indie studio, but they're a smaller indie studio. I don't think they could have afforded the budget.
Yeah, and I think one of my old online friends, Stephen Frost, worked on this. He used to work for PlayStation Magazine and maybe IGN and places like that. I forget. But look at this. We got what is this? You can rotate it.
It's a llama.
Llamasoft.
The man was obsessed with llamas.
well,
camels.
he's still alive, right? So I guess he's
He
still
is.
obsessed with it. I want to rotate it on the other axis. How do you do that? Because look, the bumpers. Oh, left stick. Okay, left stick. There we go.
Pay attention to the instructions.
So
Doesn't look like that's would have been back in the day when it was all done on audio tape for data storage. Kind of like the Coleco Atom.
Yeah, they actually had to port a Dragon's Lair on that with 2 cassettes. It was really weird.
Slappy, thank you for the follow. I thought you already were following, but refollowing is also nice. Thank you. Yeah, Slap My Penguin is a streamer. Is that his exact account? Maybe he has more than one account. But anyway, he's visiting Sperry right now, Sperry Berry Crunch. So that's
Nice.
pretty neat.
Yeah, they're arm wrestling robots.
So I don't know. Have you looked at the achievements? I don't know what the achievements are like at all.
Well, I think you unlock them by you actually log this progress with each, because it shows you like what percentage you went through games. Look at that Centipede on a cassette.
Yeah,
Cassette.
and this unlicensed
Hold on, I'm checking.
Centipede, by the way. Like he made a homebrew Centipede, and this is what we're looking at. And so, yeah, for people who don't know, for older computer games, you could get them on floppy disks. Sometimes you could get them on cartridge. Like Commodore games came on cartridges. And they also had like audio tape readers that they would read data from audio tapes like this. And so I didn't have an actual tape reader, but I had a Commodore VIC-20 which could use the tape reader, and my grandfather loaned me his, and I could play tapes that way. So interesting. I mean, like, it's not ideal for loading, but I guess this was like maybe a financially, like, you could have more. Maybe it was more affordable to have more storage than a cartridge would have been at that time.
Oh,
So,
it's dirt cheap
yeah.
comparative. Because, I mean, yeah, doing ROMs and everything, I mean, yeah, before the heyday of even a 5.25 inch. Hey, quick thing
What
on
is-
it. Yeah, so the achievement wise, it's just based per game and reaching like each. So like, yeah, like if you do sheep in space,
VIC-20.
eat yourself to death.
Look, that's what I had. Eat yourself to death. Interesting. So those will be fun to look at. This is the computer that I had. Like a distant relative gave it to me for Christmas one year because I guess they won it or something and they didn't want it. And so that was my first home computer.
That's actually
That's
Classic.
interesting.
Yeah,
Did you
not
get the reissue?
no, I did not because it apparently isn't all that nice. Like it's not very good for adding your own ROMs and stuff like that. Like you can, but anyway, just I wouldn't mind having it, but it's also not so fancy that the price was worth it to me. That's what I mean to say.
Now you'll notice the format's very similar to Atari 50 in terms of
Yeah.
the exploratory thing, the way the timeline's broken down. I mean, I love this system. I love how this really just covers everything and does so beautifully. You can interact with a lot of stuff. It's great. What was that? Was that the
Spent a
devil?
lot of time at the Atari booth today.
Oh yeah. So tell us a little bit about PAX East while we're looking through some of this interesting stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess maybe as this is like the old guy complaints because you're like, oh, back in the day, right? Because this is the third year now since COVID. So first year, 2022 was, you're just happy to have a PAX again. Master required. It was ordeal. It was trying to get vendors back on track. All of that. Like, oh, is it going to re-spike up? People don't want to commit in. Last year definitely had gotten bigger. Not anything near the sizes of like pre. This year kind of like was a step back. It almost kind of regressed back to 2022 in terms of there was definitely not as many, especially on the gaming side, there was not as many exhibitors there. There was not as many trade shows there. They still fill up the Boston Convention Center, so they got to find things to put in there. So like they have food trucks like in the convention center, which you're like, oh, that's cool, especially since it was raining today. You didn't have to go outside, but like that's only there because they needed to put something in the space to make it fill up. Otherwise, it would have been just too awkwardly, empty. So I was talking to another guy that had been in media and he's been going for a number of years, and he's like, yeah, like where normally like it was a 4-day, if you were doing like everything, you did not have enough time. And it definitely like was even just for us on a Saturday, and Saturday was sold out. It was like, we're good. Like if I was like on 3 days, 4 days of me, I'd be like, I'm running out of things to do here, because there's just like Retroware was there, but it's like doing Toxie again. Well, you did that last year, so a lot of these vendors were coming with last year's stuff that you already kind of seen. Microsoft's not there, Sony's not there, Bethesda's not there now. Obviously
Nintendo's there though.
Nintendo's there, but it's only Pokemon. So like they had Pokemon Trainer Lab, so we did that first thing, did like the Pokemon card game. And then the other Pokemon side was just, they were exhibiting the just the one new Pokemon game for Switch. And that was it. You could draw on a chalkboard wall or get your photo with Eevee, and you could get a poster or, like the $1 pack of Pokemon cards that they'll sell at the dollar store that have like 3 cards in them.
See, that bums me out. This was a key opportunity to show off that Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake, and they didn't even have that.
Only 86% explored? What did I miss?
Go back over. Sorry. Didn't
Maybe
mean
it's you have
interrupt
to play the
Spazpol.
videos.
Sorry, but I just figured it just seems like a lost opportunity. I know they were hyping the heck out of Pokemon, but they have that Paper Mario game coming out. They have who knows what else. Luigi's
What a
Mansion
handsome
2.
young man he was.
Yeah.
Did you see that makeshift skateboard ramp? I kind of want to build one.
Oh,
That was pretty neat.
Oh, for the.
He's always been a very hairy guy.
Yeah.
Unlike that guy, the exact opposite.
Harold? Oh, Harold's a good guy. Don't pick on Harold.
He's hairless Harold.
But look at that
Does he
old
go
school
by that?
boot design. Look at that.
He had a beard when before a beard was cool, something like that.
Paul, have you even attempted to grow a beard?
I mean, I got my goatee with my hair that connects to my sideburns. That's
But I mean
beard enough for me.
a full Santa beard, like
No
no.
crazy beard.
the crazy beard, the Randy Quaid beard.
No, thank you.
Yeah, we don't want to hurt any of our viewers' feelings.
Fair
but
enough.
Heck to the no.
Okay.
All right. So we have 4 sections of documentary stuff, like we talked about. Now we need to get to the games list. I keep accidentally backing out though. So
blame
play
it on
games.
me.
You got gamography and play games. I don't know what's the difference there.
Play games. That's the best.
But what's
one.
gamography? What's going on here?
Gamography probably provides a list of the games. Yeah, that's the gamography right there.
Simply a list of every game he's done, whether or not it's in the collection, maybe. Yeah, it looks like that's
Yeah,
what it
because
is.
I say, wait, Tempest was on there, but what was the other one you were saying? I thought you skipped past it really fast.
Here's Tempest 4000, which I reviewed and found not to be not very good.
I liked it.
I mean, you're free to.
Yeah.
For one thing, it lacks the co-op that Tempest 2000 had, so like it's already a step back from that. But also, it's too hard in my opinion. Like I really tried to understand the mechanics of it, and I just never quite could. So it was a bit disappointing.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
he did
that one game.
Polybius.
Does that say Ara Arc? Or
Yeah,
whatever
that's
it is?
his upcoming game. I think it's not out yet, is it? Or no, it did
It
come
is.
out. Aka
It is
R.
out.
That's it. Yeah.
Aka Arc.
Yeah, so here's our games list. Let's start with the very first one. Like I said, there's a lot of old computer games, and I do not think you have to be specifically into old computer games to get much out of many of these games. Like, many of these games are too retro for even your average retro enthusiast. But still, let's just check out some of them.
Don't pick on Rat
wow.
Man like that.
Okay, so 3D has the second easiest achievement. You just have to. Do you want me to tell you what you have to do, or you just want to guess?
Yeah, tell me.
You need to exit the cube maze.
And how do you know that's easy?
You're in a 10 by 10 high grid. Your goal is to get to the top 10th floor and find the exit, top floor of the map. Use your position on the floor map to make way up. Show staff to the special positioning shows us in a lot of Just Future game. Reprogramming this about.
That doesn't
This-
sound
I'm
easy.
just, I even drew the whole map out of paper, going all the way down to level 2, all the way up to level 8, but I can't find the way out. The maze generation is busted. It can give you an unsolvable cube. I had this happen to me on the first map. I don't know how long I wandered it without reaching the top floor. I then employed paper and proved there was no route. I reset the game. It gave me a different maze, and I solved it in about 2 minutes.
Okay, I don't know what this absolute thing is, but let's try. Yeah, and a lot of these have a lot of text to read at the start, common for old computer games. You can run in fast or slow mode. Command? Wow. Okay, let's try it. Super 3D, man. Just gonna
Then
go
obviously you can go to the left there.
Yeah, I guess I better go back and there we go.
You have to admit that for early 80s, this was kind of neat. I mean, in terms of like how this game was put together, because this is like very, very early 3D, well before Doom was even like a blink in someone's eye. This is, I mean, now it looks like, okay, well, where's the gun, or something like that. But back in the 80s, this was everything.
Yeah.
Just the idea that you could kind of tell that you're wandering in a maze, and that, okay, it looks like you can go up one and then turn to the right, and like.
Yeah. But yeah, you have to. It looks like it's designed for you to map it out on graph paper because, like, it gives you the coordinates, and yeah, the visuals don't really allow for much in the way of intuitive navigation.
But the fact that they can emulate this is pretty nice. It's really good.
Yeah, like turn to. Oh, I was gonna say go back or go back one.
Okay, why? What do you want me to do?
Oh
Back?
no, back step back. Can you go?
Oh,
do you have
look.
a way to go
What
backwards?
just
Yeah,
happened?
oh, They went to level 2. You found the exit.
Good
Did.
job. Congrats, Sir Khalid.
Yo, Sir Khalid, good job. Okay. Ow, ow, ow. Did you see that? It says crack when you run into it. Look.
Oh man, I missed that there was a
crack.
shit.
But yeah, if there was a way to new walls, what does that mean? Okay, pushing A zooms switches to an overhead view, so that's good. Can you, if you could walk from this overhead view, it'd be 100 times easier. Well, anyway, let's get out of there because that's what this game is like. We're just most of these are not going to be very entertaining to watch. So,
but still, in a historical sense, this is cool.
yeah, I mean that's what it is for.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now let's look at his very early unlicensed, homebrew Centipede game, for the Sinclair ZX81, which I'm told is a European computer of some sort.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think Atari for the UK.
Yeah.
First
So,
CX version.
let's see. I was going to ask what games Atari has. I think there's a Lunar Lander, a new version of that's coming out next month. I think they had that at the booth. But what else did they have, Spazpol?
Oh God. Hold on. Let me go look at the
Well,
photos.
I can check their social feed too.
Yeah, what I was really more interested in was the 2600 Plus that they had on display and the Atari 400 Mini that they're going to be releasing. Yeah, so the 400 Mini. Go ahead.
I think it was only like $100. That's actually a pretty good deal.
Yeah, no, the pricing was really nice. QWOMP,
Quamp 2.
Quamp
It's that
2.
Journey one. Yeah, it's like Pong with a story actually.
Yeah. So they had that they were showcasing there, and then like as I said, I was kind of wandering over more to the hardware and buying a Atari T-shirt because
Yeah.
Atari.
Obviously.
Yeah. So they were. So obviously, if like where I was hadn't been keeping up, I had lost interest with the VCS. I saw that more as that like they were taking the playbook from the Amico.
Right.
And now obviously they're under different ownership. So this new ownership seems to at least be trying to make good on what the VCS had promised, but things with like that 2600 Plus and it actually being able to play the retro console. So like that was always one of my biggest issues with any of these has been like something like Kaboom. Like Kaboom only plays well with paddles. Like every port. Yeah. And so now that I could just play the 2600, they're like, yeah, you could just play your cartridge. Wait, you mean like my 40-year-old cartridge, I can just plug that in the 2600 Plus and play with your new paddles on HDMI. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's much cooler.
Earthling, you dare to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a nice thing.
Yeah, so some of that was interesting, and they seemed like, I guess they sold out of all the, not pre-release, but, because they limit, I guess, how much they're importing, so they do a pre-sale kind of, and then they sell through that, and then they'll be coming out for more pre-sale. So they're like keeping good on that, but just trying to control the flow, and which seems good, so that.
Yeah, beat the level. So this is a weird version of Centipede, like it is based on the general gameplay of it, but apparently he had not really played Centipede, so he was just like going based on, I don't know, looking at it or somehow, and yeah,
Kind of looks like Astromash merged with Centipede.
Yeah, I mean,
very
not bad. It's
graphically
cool.
basic.
Those aren't Centipede; those are dots.
But yeah, definitely pretty interesting historical artifacts since it's based on a popular game.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Quick before you die. Nice.
Yep,
Chicago's
the player safe.
Chicago says Luigi's Mansion 3 is so good. Did you just get it, Chicago? Is that why you mentioned it? Oh, hey, Ima, look, it's our friend Ima. Can we get a shout out for him, please? Somebody give him a shout out. Deflex.
Said SO. You know what it is, Galadrius.
I got it. He's got a shout out.
Deflex is a game of skill. Yeah, Ima's been streaming a bunch of Rock Band and Guitar Hero, and mostly bad music, I would say, lately. But he deserves
Not
to get
enough
his
ska?
achievements. Definitely not enough ska. It's
Yeah.
been like all country. Wow.
He was playing country today, and I was like, "Why are you listening to country music?" That's the first thing I said. I
She's
was
like,
like,
Paul, there's blood coming out of your ears. I'm like, I know, but I gotta support my pal.
Well, that's kind
Oh,
of.
great. Now we
supported
got a
him.
cat on
"None of that
camera.
happened."
You know what?
Skill easy.
If somebody's listening to country music, I'd support them by taking it out, flinging the CD out the window, and putting on anything by Van Halen. That would solve the problem.
Yeah, that's
Ah.
awesome.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing
Spazpol,
here.
are you going back to the show tomorrow? Or is this the one?
Oh
and done?
God.
Nope,
Help.
I do one and done now.
I was about to say there was another booth, Retroware. They're showing off that
Yep.
Toxic Crusaders beat 'em up. That's really cool, actually.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
like as I was saying though,
Quite.
they had that last year.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sure it's updated since then. Yeah, that was very
Oh, yeah, yeah,
flickery and also just totally unintuitive. Ratman, I guess we could look at Ratman for a minute. It's also not good, but alright, here we go. Info. This is the Ratman. His task is to hammer as
The
many
Ratman.
attacking rats as possible. Yeah.
He's the Rat Man. He's the Rat Man.
That was a devil. Yeah.
So there's just a guy walking around with a hammer smashing rats. Is that it?
Sometimes that's what you have to do.
I guess.
So, don't let him land on you. Whoa, the hand of God descends and grabs me and takes me away. Yeah, even whether or not some of these games were good, they always had personality and a sense of humor, so that's nice.
I bet you will soon be with the Almighty soon.
Okay, but there, I killed a rat and it says Blat.
Blat, splat.
Kill it, kill it.
How
There we
about
go.
that?
So, as you can see, Ratman. It's pretty not good. I would like to see what happens when they fall through the... Oh, look, now we've got a devil one. Oh, two devils. Did they kill me from below? Hey,
Oh,
guys.
yeah, they could.
Come on, devil rats. I'm ready for you.
I think they have to, like, build an army, and then once you get, like, 3, you're done. Or 4 or 5 or something.
Oh, look, they one of them just stabbed up a little bit. The colors are nice, and the graphics have a certain kind of charm. It's just the clunkiness of the movement that is unpleasant, like quite unpleasant.
Looks like a Game & Watch game, almost.
Willard, the game. You're right, it does resemble that in design. Yeah, Willard, I watched the first season of that show, and I thought it was quite good, but I never finished. I guess maybe quite good might be a stretch. The dog was like super jerk. So I guess maybe it's like I got enough of him being a jerk. Super deflex. Let's just keep on trying him out. Llamasoft presents. See, there's a llama. Yeah, he thinks, for some reason, he's always found llamas to be delightful, so they pop up in his game quite a lot. So I for instructions or press... Alright, what's our
notice a
instructions?
theme.
Exactly. Meet Sid the silly space invader, and he says hi there.
Hi there.
Alright, somebody read that for us.
He's fed
He
up
said
with
the
him.
silly space invaders. He's fed out of being shut out by the laser bases, so he's run off to join a new game. You will guide him through the 9 terribly torturous levels of Super Deflex. You must learn how to control his motion. You must guide him onto prizes for maximum points. You'll be working against the clock and against fearful hazards. Press enter, and I'll tell you how the controls work.
Okay, tell me. Woo! You press
You
N,
guide
you get...
Sid. Oh, you can read now.
Yeah, no, you read it. I'm pouring a beverage.
You guide Sid to success or failure using the keys N and M. When you press N, you get this backslash, forward slash, I don't know, placed in front of
One of
Sid. For the M, you get the opposite. These barriers deflect Sid's direction of motion by a right angle, as follows. See, if you press that, if he goes forward and you do backslash, he goes up. If you press going right, he goes down. You get, like, yeah, it's a mirror. Think of it as a laser and a mirror.
Okay.
Press
get
enter
us-
and I'll tell you more.
Alright, you spares.
That's all fine and very easy, except one, use
Don't
lots
panic.
of barriers, and the controls get quite difficult.
Don't
And two,
panic?
when a
Yeah.
mirror is hit, it turns into a different mirror and vice versa. If you find yourself floundering in a sea of barriers with no hope of hitting the targets, don't panic, because if you do 10 bats in a row without hitting a target, I'll send on my friendly llama to clear the screen and send you down to an easier skill level. But that's not all. There's more.
Yeah, but let's jump in. Let's not dwell too much more on the instructions. And yeah, that is a fault with many of these. Is like, again, they're unintuitive, so you can't just hop in and understand it very well. Which
We
level
could
will
all
you enter?
use a screen clearing.
Probably one.
I
yeah,
want a llama.
Chicago says Nintendo should do a collection of Luigi's Mansion 1 and 2 together for $50. Oh, look, this is that other thing.
All right, so
Look, it's the same thing as that other thing.
But it's bats.
oh wait, oh, did you invisibly hit it or did you push it?
I'm pushing X and it makes those drop. What about B? Yeah.
Oh,
Go
I was gonna
down.
say, can you go and just do it to get that run right there? Oh, you wanted that one.
I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just.
I think you want to get to that purple thing. So just
Mm-hmm.
right now. Oh, you want to.
Okay, I got the purple thing.
Now you're going down.
I got it again. How about that, baby?
Mhm.
Nice job.
Yeah, I don't see how this could ever be fun, but
You got him though. You were doing well a minute ago.
I mean, whether I'm doing well or not, there's no element of recreation
Let
to
him
it.
go, yeah,
That's
no.
how I would describe. God.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
element of recreation. I'm gonna
Yeah.
write that down. I'm using that.
This
That's
is
really good.
this is work basically.
This game isn't doing it. I feel no element of recreation in Elden Ring.
Oh no, the llama! Look, it's the llama. Woo! At least it does have a big llama that comes out and destroys you if you screw it up too much.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with the llamas. Don't trust the llamas.
We gotta let the llama destroy everything.
Is the llama basically saying that you had a death? Just asking.
I think that was dying. Yes. All right, let's get out of here.
Still, neat game. for
Yeah,
those who
well,
wanna
see,
mess
like
with.
with Pong, I can see what's fun about Pong. You know, whether or not it's like very exciting nowadays. You know. Okay, Llama's City Bomb, also called Bomber.
We are talking about games from the early 80s. Tastes were a lot different back then. Plus, you were an infant, so, you know.
Tastes were a lot different. You're like, back then everyone liked black licorice.
Yeah, well, don't forget you didn't have all the choices like you did today. Everything hadn't
Yeah.
been created, so it's like
Everybody
you-
likes Star Wars and didn't give it any crap. It's back then. It was
That is
simple.
true.
Yes, Ima, that is correct. The ZX Spectrum was a European computer. Okay, I'm trying to bomb the city. Is that what I think I am. This is apparently based on an existing game of some kind.
It looks like Tetris, but reverse.
I'm dropping bombs. Let's drop some truth bombs.
Okay.
Galadrius, you need a haircut. Just
I'm
kidding.
sure this went over really well
I
in
need a
the
haircut.
UK in the 80s. Hey,
Brandy
you
needs-
can drop bombs on the city. Really?
Get your grandparents to play it.
Oh God.
Uh,
Randy wants a
yeah.
llama.
Yeah, but they're not all European only games. I'm like some of these games would have been available in North America as well, but they're very old computers. So, is there an achievement for this game, City
Which one?
Bomber?
Hold on, I can tell you in a second.
Oh. I gotta bomb the city before I fly into it. I think is what's going on here. Come on.
Yeah.
Don't run into the buildings.
Llama. Jeez, that's never happened before. Which one was this?
Oh, you get lower and lower. Got it.
Yeah. Oh my
What's
gosh.
this one called? I don't
City
see-
Bomber, isn't it?
Yeah, that doesn't have an achievement.
Oh, but
Oh,
at least I understand the gameplay. I mean, like, and the visual style is fine, really.
Are you trying
Oh, no,
to
oh,
hit
no, I
that
missed-
one built in?
I miss the. I mean, there is quite a lot of latency between when you hit the button and when the bomb comes out. So, pow! It says.
Planes
alright.
can jet
So-
no mill steel.
I deem that game not horrible, and that's the.
and that's the standard we all live by.
There you go. It's a step in the right direction. Let's put it that way. All right. How about Rocks 3? Does Rocks 3 really rocks? We'll see. 14
That
of them
Rock
Darker
60
Places?
Rock 64 has
Wow.
an achievement, but not
Does-
Rock 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, Rocks 3. Okay. Well, it's good to see what the old ones were like, because he made sequels down the line to a lot of these, as you just mentioned.
Now,
Right.
I do want to make note.
Stars?
We are
Yeah.
giving away 2 different Llamasoft games tonight. We're giving away this one for Xbox, but we're also giving away the Karateka code for Steam.
That's not Llamasoft.
No, but it's Karateka. It's
Digital.
Gold
I mean,
Master-
it's Digital Eclipse, and yeah, that.
Gold
that.
Master
Yeah.
series. It relates to the Gold Master series, so you guys can get your historic lessons for free.
I can't tell what I'm doing. I got 200 points for that. Oh no.
Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I got 200 points for it.
This is
Yay!
why you need to
It
read the
gets-
instructions.
It's stimulating my entertainment. or
The
whatever.
visuals are okay for the time, you know.
That doesn't help. You spelled out Karateka. You didn't.
No,
like, go
it is pronounced Karateka, as he's probably trying to tell you,
Oh.
but that's okay.
Karate.
Yeah, no, people have always said it different ways because, you know,
Yeah.
Because it's
But
a
anyway.
different language.
yeah.
Well,
Alright.
that's Rocks 3. Better than
Yep.
Rock 2.
I'm not sure it is better, but yeah. Now we got TurboFlex, which looks another one of those horrible reflection games. No, thank you. It's play one of his reflection games or have a root canal. Which will you
Wait,
What
decide?
do you have against reflections, man?
They're just terrible. But anyway, let's try Abductor.
If you're feeling that left out, we can go to the right side to the more modern games. You could probably enjoy Tempest 2000.
Yeah, well, I agree. Tempest 2000 is pretty good, but yeah, I want to save those for a little bit later because once we get to those, there's no going back to these
Oh, okay.
these 100-year-old ones. Abductor
100 years old.
doesn't like mirrors. Vampire Wow, you discovered my secret. Make sure you invite me in when I knock on your door. Anyway, all right, Abductor.
And don't bring any garlic.
Oh,
Yeah, he
there you
really
go.
doesn't like garlic.
That's true. I hate Oh no, they're abducting. Oh, and they drop skulls after they abduct them. So nice. This is just a shoot 'em up. It makes sense.
Looks like Centipede.
Yeah, but they're trying to grab the people down below.
Well, the game's called Abductor.
Yeah, the speed of their dead bodies falling on you kills you is just kind of funny. This reminds me of the Gamera show on Netflix for some reason. Ah,
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah,
You're
so-
almost...
look, not terrible. Oh look, my ship got bigger and then I got killed right away. That's nice.
Oh,
Dang, that was Abductor. Not terrible.
stimulated his entertainment.
My entertainment was stirring. They do probe the abductees in the end. Interesting, Chicago. All right. So we should talk about some things. Who watched the season finale of Halo?
I did.
I did too.
All right, Brandy, first you tell us, as someone who hasn't played Halo and is strangely resistant to playing it, what did you think of the season finale of Halo?
I mean, it was good.
Okay. Well,
I-
what was cool in it? Without being spoilery, of course.
That's what I'm trying to think about because I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
I've always liked, and even in this, it's not exactly predictable. Okay, because you think a story's going one way or another, and you think something's going to happen, and then something else comes out of the blue, and that doesn't happen. And I don't know if the story in the, if it follows the story in the games or anything, but, the tension between the good factions, and then you think, oh, cool, they found this awesome thing, but then it ends up, killing them, and, it's just, it never...
It's not too predictable.
Right. Like, there's a lot of shows and stuff, I'm like, this is what's gonna happen. Even, I think Mackenzie did that the other day, but I don't know, as I said, they've had a really good,
She predicted the
solid
pterodactyl thing.
storyline. They've got the characters really well developed. Yeah.
And how do you feel about McKee?
She's a witch with a capital B.
Is that so? All right.
She's all over the place. I think she's slightly insane.
Who isn't?
Yeah, but I mean, to a degree of
I liked her for a little while in season 1, but
Yeah.
well, thank you. That's very good impressions, and that was spoiler-free, Ima, as we always are around here.
As I said, I didn't want to spoil anything.
Yeah. So, by the way, I'm playing Grid Runner, which is basically one of his main franchises besides Tempest. Like, he made a lot of sequels to Grid Runner, which we'll see. And there's a modern Grid Runner remake in this collection, which we'll also see. And it is okay. I don't quite get one element to the gameplay, which is another problem that I have with Tempest 4000. And so, but anyway, I want to hear you guys. What did you think of Halo Season 2, Episode 8?
I think it stuck the landing pretty well. I think it was an entertaining episode, and it sets something very interesting up for Season 3, and I will leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. I will not spoil. Ima is here, and he will kill us.
And Spaz, you haven't watched it?
No, I think the last Halo thing I did was Reach.
Okay.
Well, you know, there's
That's
a fantastic
only like
Fall of
2.
Reach episode in Season 2. Easily the best episode of the entire season. But yeah, you should watch the show. Do you not have Paramount Plus? Is that the problem?
No, Reach is one of the episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was
Yeah,
talking about
telling
the
you.
game.
Oh,
Yeah, Halo Reach is the 4th Halo.
I thought he
Is it
was
the
talking
4th
about the
one?
name of the
No,
friggin'
I guess technically it's the
episode.
5th because ODST came out first, right? I forget the order.
Yeah,
But
correct.
anyway, yeah,
it was
it's
three ODST, 4, and then Reach.
Gotcha.
Or no,
gotcha.
was it Reach and then 4?
I think Reach came before 4.
I think Reach did.
Yeah, it was the last game by Bungie before 343 took over.
Maybe if you would actually watch the episodes of Halo when they come out instead of watching them late, then you'd be getting your money's worth from Paramount Plus.
See, I don't have Paramount Plus. So.
If you like Star Trek, it is super worth it because you
Oh
know
my
it's
God,
got so
yes.
much Star Trek to watch, including the excellent newer shows that aren't
I don't watch
Discovery.
Star Trek.
Oh my gosh,
I was
Poor
a Star
Spaz.
Wars guy.
I see. Well, that doesn't mean you can't watch Halo Reach. Also, there's the new Ark Survival Evolved show, which looks like it might be fun, and you can enjoy Ark without having to play Ark, which sounds like the best way to enjoy Ark to me. But we haven't actually started watching it yet, so I can't say. You're watching. So here we've got a shoot 'em up of some kind. I didn't even notice what the name of the game was, but this is a ZX Spectrum game, right? Based on the horrible colors, I think.
Actually, I did find out I do have Grid Runner for the PlayStation 1.
Oh wow! I wonder what that version's like.
I have no idea. I don't remember. I remember when I was archiving my entire collection and like putting it all in price charting. Like I'm like, oh, here's games that I own that I haven't remembered for like 30 years. Cool. Which one is this? You said not Grid Runner. This is something that you don't remember
No,
what it was.
I didn't pay attention. Andy's Attack.
These
They're
attack.
they're trying to steal the llamas.
Oh.
Prepare for next
We're
wave
not
bonus.
doing the llamas.
Yeah,
So Grid Runner Remastered, you'd have to get to level 3. There's Meta Galactic Llamas? No, that's not that.
Yeah,
Mutant
there's-
Camels too? No. Grid Runner Remastered.
yeah. It sounds like I'll be lucky to even get one achievement out of this because I'm unlikely to play any of these long enough since they appear to be skill-based crap.
Though Sheep in Space looks like pretty easy. That one you literally just land your sheep on a patch of grass and let it stay there and eat.
Oh, that might work. Yeah. All right. Well, let's remember that when we get to it. But Andy's Attack looked pretty good. That seemed like, and it was VIC 20 too, so I could have enjoyed that as a kid if I'd been lucky. Rocks 64, which is for the Commodore 64, not N64. All right.
That one, finish the game without using a panic. Don't
I don't think
panic,
we'll get to do
and I'll
that.
get you an achievement.
For people who don't know, there was the Commodore VIC-20, which was the weaker of the computers, and the Commodore 64 was more powerful. And I think there's also a Commodore 128 that was not very common. Maybe not even released in North America, I'm not sure. But anyway.
So I guess you gotta survive 60 meteors. Don't press the space bar.
Okay, we never learned what anything does, so don't do that. Probably what I just did. Alright, we gotta look at the controls. So panic is A. That's the one you said not to do?
Yeah.
But X, Y, and B I can use. Alright, so let's reset
Yes.
it and try. That sounds interesting.
Don't hit A.
Yeah,
Got it.
don't hit A. Just
Whatever you
take
do.
A.
Don't hit A. Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Hit
But Icky, remember, this collection is not only super old games. There are newer ones. We're just saving them. We're waiting. All right, did
Not
that
just
kill me?
super old, they're extremely old. They're
Yes.
just like a whole bunch of other adjectives for old.
Yeah, and they're not like if it's an Atari 2600 collection, they're all one-button simple games, right? But this is for computers, which had more complex controls and design
Like a
and such.
keyboard.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I cleared a wave. Oh, that went too fast. That also went too fast.
Yeah, you gotta be skillful.
I got that one. I mean, it's not easy. Hey, I got another one. All right, we're doing this.
Yeah, you can make it. You can get it.
Are we already at that point, Lyle? So we talked about Halo. Again, if you enjoy... I mean, you do not need to know that much about the games to watch Halo. Because, again, Brandy does not. And she still enjoys it because it's just a well-made sci-fi show. I will say about Season 2, the final episode, it's too green screeny. You know,
Yeah,
like... it doesn't feel like they've really gotten to this wonderful place when it's obviously green screen backgrounds behind them.
A lot of
So-
productions were like that. I think part of that just the whole post-COVID Hollywood thing. A lot of series do that.
I died. Yeah, that doesn't make it a plus. It's use
I didn't say it was
intertext
a plus.
for
I'm just explaining why it happened. But there are some people that do the old school method of show making, and that is where I wish to talk about X-Men 97.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we needed to talk about that anyway.
That
So that was
show's
probably-
great.
Spaz, did you see it?
No.
All right. Well, go ahead, Galadrius. Tell us what
So-
is X-Men 97.
It follows up exactly where it left off. I won't spoil it for you, but
Where
brings
what
back
left
a lot.
off?
The last series when it ended in like 2002, I think it was.
Ah.
Yeah, the end. So it follows right back up with that. I don't want to spoil it, but I mean it's very loyal. The story, the characters, all of them return. And the animation style, they actually had to take a step back from their usual process to make it work, but they made it work. It looks like something out of the 90s. They did a really great job in terms of the production value and the voice acting. It's a little... Wolverine sounds a little weird at times, but it's not that bad.
It's the same guy, though. He's just gotten older.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it is like, what, 30 years later?
Yeah.
almost?
Brandy said she likes Cyclops' new voice better because maybe the original guy died. I can't remember. Hey, look, I made it to grid 2. What grid do I have to get to in Grid Runner 64? Let me just go ahead. Before we go back to X-Men, let me say what I don't like about Grid Runner. You have these enemies on the outside that shoot in, right? And they will just randomly shoot where you are, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, you can't dodge their shots. If they choose to shoot you, then you just die. Like, so that's not good game design. I don't understand. It hurts the appeal because otherwise this game looks cool and is appealing. So that's Grid Runner for you. But
Yeah,
anyway,
overall-
okay. I don't think it looks like it was made in the 90s. It looks quite modern, but I mean it's still pretty faithful, you know, like this
Yeah.
the outfits and such are just how they should be.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think they got as close to it as they possibly could without the old tools. Because they did not have their old animation tools. They had to use the new process or whatever it is. So, like I said, they had to take a step back. To
Well,
make it
also,
new.
I mean, they wanted to look nicer. Like the action is actually super good. You know, like
Yeah.
the fights in the first episode in particular are just like wow. You know, and like you couldn't do impressive fights like that with American 2D animation in the 90s. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, I think it sells it short if we don't communicate the improvements. So yeah, that's an improvement to me.
Yeah. And
Um,
I like the direction the story's going, too. I'm not going to spoil it. But
Oh yeah. The writing is fantastic. It's worrisome that the showrunner got fired right before the show came out because he's done a terrific freaking job with the show, you know. But maybe it'll be one of those things where they hire him back later after he cools down, but nobody even knows why he got fired in the first place right now.
Yeah,
So
they didn't really say, so it's hard
Yeah.
to tell.
But with James Gunn, you know, like Marvel, Disney fired him and they brought him back, and that was a good thing.
So you never know. I mean, there's always a possibility.
Yeah.
It depends. It really comes down to, will they make more money with him or without him?
Probably with him.
There you go. But you know, like the original X-Men show, we watched the first 3 episodes of it before we watched this, so that Brandy and Mackenzie could have some context for the new show. And I still think the original X-Men show is a well-written show. People are hard on that old show, but I think they're hard on it because of the art, and some of the voice acting is not good. Like, most of the main people are quite good in the original show, but then you'll have background people where it's just some guy doing a silly voice, and it's like, it takes you out a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the writing was always pretty good, but it's a step up. Like, it is just compelling X-Men storytelling in these 2 episodes. So that's fun.
Yep. I'm looking forward to more of it. I think Marvel kind of needed a win. They've been dragging a little bit, so hopefully this will help turn people over when Deadpool Wolverine drops in July.
I agree, and I hope that, I mean, for one thing, wouldn't it be amazing if they added Deadpool to this? Like,
Yeah, I agree.
what would the X-Men 97 version of Deadpool be like? I'd love to see that.
Probably sound like Billy Idol.
Okay, Attack of the Mutant Camels. Here we go. This is an interesting game.
The big one. Here we go.
But yeah, and I just hope they keep making this. Like, they've got the first 2 seasons written, whether or not they actually make the second season, but I think they will since everyone loves it. I sure hope so. Okay, but I mean, it's really well liked. Like, I saw comments on Facebook where people were saying it was the best X-Men thing they've ever seen. Like, you know, we're all just loving it. It's cool for something to come out and everybody can enjoy it and not be like, you know, like, for instance, with Ghostbusters 4, which I totally loved, you know, there's people who don't love it, you know. Right. So it's nice that X-Men 97 is getting the credit that it deserves. All right.
Yeah.
So why don't we talk about Ghostbusters?
I've not seen the new movie yet. I'm going Tuesday.
I thought you were at a bar for it just yesterday.
I was at a party. They can't show a new movie at a party. That's illegal.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was just like a themed Ghostbusters party. We had a good time. But yeah, I'm going to see the movie on Tuesday. I'm hearing mixed things, but I hear it's still good.
To me, it's the best one since part 1. Like, I mean, like, I even like part 3 and part 2, you know, but I think it's better than 2 and 3.
Oh, okay, good.
But
and
Brandy,
even better than. Oh, go ahead.
Brandy thought 3 was better, but I think this one's better. Javor says the end sucked. Interesting. I would love to know what you didn't like about the end, Javor. I guess we can't do that without getting into spoilers, unfortunately.
I'm a earmuffs. Oh.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're just not gonna. We just don't talk spoilers here, so.
It's a big old llama.
Yeah, like, graphically, this is quite impressive for this era to have a big llama like that.
Yeah,
there's no detail or anything, but. Oh, thought it was okay. How did you rank it amongst the 4 movies? Like, is it better than 3? Like, I don't understand why you would like 3 better than this one, because 3 is heavily reliant on the Gozer stuff, like just redoing stuff from part 1. And this one is not. Like, it has fan servicey stuff, but the story isn't fan service. You know, like, the story is new. And I like that about it.
Wait, which one was 3? Was that Afterlife?
Is that what it was called?
I don't think we're counting the 2016 one.
Yeah, no, that's not. 2016 is separate from the series, yeah, but Afterlife is part 3. So
that was the one with Paul Rudd.
Yeah, and he's in 4. He's in 4 also. That. You didn't even watch the whole movie, Spaz?
I was on my flight and it landed.
Oh my gosh!
You're giving everybody a hard time, Paul.
I mean, like, Paul,
he hasn't
I'm
even
sorry,
seen
I'm in my
Ghostbusters
40s. I work.
So am I.
I invest.
I'm
all about crushing dollar bills and.
Hey, that investment allows you to have your leisure time where you watch movies to completion, Mister.
Yeah,
or you could
I went
anyway.
To PAX.
That's true.
I go to PAX and I complain about the good old days.
Yeah.
Sit there and YOLO my money on Nvidia and AMD. Man, if you want to talk about like crypto or the market, that's I got that down in there.
Go, Vinny. Good to see you, by the way, Vinny. Well, okay, in our audience, we saw that Javors didn't like the ending of the new movie.
Oh boy.
I thought it was fine, but yeah.
I thought it ended strong.
Did anybody else in the
rest of
audience
it.
see it?
Well, yeah, it was kind of weird when the Tauntaun showed up, but everything else was great.
Yeah, but I like Tauntaun, so I'm not going to complain about it.
Well,
You know-
what about a wampum? Was a wampum there too, or just the
Oh yeah, the Tauntaun was there because Ray had tried to take on the Wampa and it didn't work out well, so he had to sit. They cut open the Tauntaun and he rested inside of him.
Did they revive
know what the
that
heck
love
I'm doing in
interest
this
of
game.
Finn?
You're dancing.
The buttons don't do anything.
Well, check the
I
controls.
was Dumbledore.
Yeah,
Maybe,
let's check the controls.
Was he the one that was in?
It's just
was he
dodging
the-
apparently.
Wait, Dumbledore was the one that what the
Harry
instructor
Potter.
from Hogwarts, right? Yeah,
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 yeah.
you got it. Yeah.
And I said he's Jar Jar's secret buddy. When Jar Jar showed up, oh man.
Oh look, I got. Is this
Yeah,
money?
you
Am I
got to
supposed-
take the money. You got to go from the right to the left. With
Are you
the
sure?
money. Yeah, you don't want to get
Alright.
hit.
Oh god,
Back to-
I'm gonna get hit. Oh, I delivered it.
No, you.
Good job.
And
Your
that's
hand can
all
get
I'm
hit. The
doing.
money bag can get hit, but you can.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Are those cops?
It's called Headbangers Heaven.
So
I'm
they're-
a headbanger somehow.
they're
Yeah,
trying to destroy. Maybe they're the
my skull
headbangers,
hurts.
and it's running down from heaven. That's it.
Yeah, Icky, we were talking about Ghostbusters 4 or Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Yeah.
I wish they would just use numbers, but they're like, if there's a number in it, people who didn't see the number before it won't want to go see it. So that's,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what they're doing.
There is one more thing I should
Hammers.
mention.
Oh yeah, they are hammers. Good call. Good call.
I should mention right now that they brought back that Walter Peck dude from the original movie.
Yeah, he's still alive.
He is, and he's probably still a dick.
He's he's pretty well used in the
Richard,
movie.
Richard.
Yeah, it's a bit much of him because there's more of him, I think, than there was in part 1. But not like tremendously more. All right, this is just hard. Like look how many projectiles there are to dodge. It's too many.
All those headbangers.
Yeah, it's stacked against you. If it was more of a normal quantity of things to dodge, it would be more fun. But what do I know?
Well, I'm
All
glad
right,
you guys
well.
enjoyed the movie. I'll have to go on. Or did you see it? Yeah, you saw it. You
Yeah.
and Brandy saw it, right?
Yeah, of course we did. We were. I mean, like, I was very sleepy, and Brandy was sleepy, and we tried to take a nap, could not successfully take a nap, but we still went to see it because I'm not going to wait to see a new Ghostbusters. That's part of the
Obviously.
mainline series. Yeah.
All right, Brandy, what did you think of it?
I really, really, really liked it. But it was weird because there was just a few times.
Hey, Brian.
Sorry, it was just a few times during that I felt like parts were dragging. Okay, and it was not. I mean, it was not a pervasive feeling. Okay, it was just every once in a while. I'm like, can we just not? It's like, we can leave this part out. Like, I think there's a whole, there was a whole section with a particular character that I'm not going to say.
Are you going to
But-
complain about Slimer again? Is that what it is?
Well, you just ruined it.
It's not no, it's known
I
that
was
he's
not
in the
being
movie.
whatever, but I don't think his part could. I think the movie could have gone without it, and it would have been fine.
I don't know where they're getting that from. I would love to hear what other people think about Slimer in the movie. Javors, tell us what you think of Slimer in the movie, I guess.
I don't think it added to the overall story.
Has he ever added to a story?
Well, this movie is
He's like
trying to
Olaf.
be. This movie's trying to be a little like Olaf. It's trying to be a little more like the Ghostbusters cartoon, like openly, And so, yes, you get a little bit of Slimer in this, which he was in the Ghostbusters cartoon quite a lot. So, but I would not have imagined that people would complain about Slimer being in the movie before Brandy and our kid brought it up. But it's okay. People can think that. But I've always loved him. Like when he popped up in Ghostbusters 2 when I was a kid, that was my favorite part as a kid. Brandy was graduating college at that time, I believe.
Probably.
You weren't quite, but anyway. Laser Zone. Let's see what Laser Zone is like.
Yeah, you probably firing lasers in the zone.
Come on, Javoris. We gotta know. We gotta know what you think. Human Brian, are you gonna go? Or Human Brian just won't go to the theater. I think. Isn't that? I think he has that position.
Is he boycotting it, or is it just like it's not worth the money?
He's gosh, what is claustrophobic? Is that the word?
Oh.
Doesn't like
It's
close in
people-phobic.
areas.
People-phobic.
Agoraphobic?
Yeah, he's probably that too. Ah, he'll go for something
Great
that
question.
highly motivates him. That's good. So this particular game has 2-player local co-op, Laser Zone, and it's like it's not this.
Agoraphobia. Fear of
Ah.
public places.
Oh,
If
thank
don't
you.
let
I was
spiders
right.
move.
Theater goes to him.
No, that's arachnophobia.
I like that movie. But this is a good game. Like it's weird, you know, like having to control. If you're playing single player, you control both of these guys at once. But I think the one you can't move is just fixed, unless there's a button I'm not seeing. But if it's 2-player, then one person controls one and one controls the other. Oh no, I was wrong. You can control both. Save him.
Save him. Save
Yeah.
him.
But you can't. You don't have a full range of movement, so you can't quite like if an enemy gets to the same line as the others, you can't save them. So this is like Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, which just got a remake and which I'm supposed to review. Basically the same thing, right?
This?
Yeah, because I mean,
Kinda,
you got to
kinda,
control
yeah,
both
yeah.
of the brothers.
Yeah.
Bad news,
Because-
Zone Gunner.
Just on a bigger map.
Yeah.
There you go. By the way, some people are complaining about that Brothers remake, saying that it doesn't need to exist because the first one is so good. But like, there's nothing wrong with bringing a game to new hardware, you know?
Yeah.
That's true. It's nice to port back the classics.
Yes.
Yep.
However, the thing about the remake is it does have new art. Like, it is the models and such are remade. So maybe that's what people get annoyed about. But
I will
also,
say- oh,
the
go
new one
on.
has two. The new one actually lets you play 2-player, which the original did not. So that's an improvement, big one to me. All right, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say there was a fun game that I played while I was at PAX. That was to teach her to learn Japanese, called So
Ooh.
to Speak. But it wasn't co-op. I was like, oh, this one you could just. Well, I mean, I guess you could like play with somebody else, like couch co-op, and you could both learn Japanese together at the same time.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So to speak.
To speak. So to speak.
I thought, yeah, I was like, soda speak. Is it about sodas? No.
No.
All right.
No, yeah, it's about South Park. Sopa.
We looked at a lot of the older games. I guess we better get to some newer games before we run out of time. I can show you Hover Bother, but it makes no sense.
You
Yeah.
got to devote some time to Tempest because that's obviously the big one.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's do one other newer one before we do Tempest. What else can we do? No.
Is 1985 still, or is in the 80s? Are we calling this newer? There's still 3.5-inch discs that people don't know what those are on your stream.
Well, by the late
supposed to
80s,
be
they
on.
realized the game should make sense and be fun. They didn't understand that in the early 80s. So let's try Void Runner.
I think you're giving the 80s too much credit.
You think so? Yes, this is the Tempest guy. I'm a enter level. Sometimes he has some cool little graphical effects like screen clearing and things. Like, look at that. That looks quite good, you know?
Yeah.
On old hardware, it would have been very impressive. All right. This is it.
The yak thing. Here we go.
This one is, I think, a sequel to Grid Runner. I'm controlling 4 little ships.
Oh, you're dodging the explosions too.
Yeah, this is Commodore 64. It's a good-looking game. I mean, it's late-era Commodore 64, so of course games would look better by then.
Neat little visual effect in the background there.
Yeah. Like rain or something.
You can hear your controller.
Yes, that's our mic. If I turn down the gain, it doesn't. My voice gets too quiet. Nothing we can do about it that we know of.
Fair enough.
This is not the loud controller, though. This is just a normal one.
Oh, okay.
Ah. Okay, so that was that.
So when the show's over, I am gonna watch the remake of Roadhouse tonight.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
Yeah,
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, they remade it. Jake Gyllenhaal is now Dalton. But, I mean, from when it looks like it's taking a different direction, he's like protecting a bar in the Florida Keys, and there's still a billionaire. But the main bad guy is his crony, who's played by Conor McGregor. His name's Knox.
No relation.
No relation. But, I mean, like, the fights in this movie are supposed to be really
Brandy,
good.
play this with me.
Oh.
We're going to play Revenge of the Mutant Camels.
What year was this? This does not look quite
91, I think.
There you go. Now you're getting,
Still, for an 80-something game, this isn't bad.
And that's 90s now. Now we're 91.
Oh, 90s. Still.
Yeah, and you can pick two-player
yeah.
co-op, so let's do
But
that.
I'll review Roadhouse next week after I'm done watching.
Yeah, if I can get Brandy to watch it with me, I'll watch it too.
Yeah, it looks like
But,
fun.
yeah, people are not loving it, but it doesn't mean it's not fun.
Of course, people are going to honor the spirit of the original. They don't think it needs to be remade, but...
Some people, some people just are predisposed not to like a remake. Like, Brandy is not happy about the Crow remake, you know?
Yeah, neither am I. It looks like,
I think it looks like a fun movie, although I hate the way the main character looks, which makes it harder to be excited for it.
Plus,
But I think it's going to have good action.
I mean,
give me good action, I'll watch it.
I think I'd rather watch the original, but we'll see how it goes, I guess.
Well, I mean, the original is coming out on 4K Blu-ray in May, I think. I've got a pre-ordered steelbook from Amazon.
Yeah.
There's Game Boys in the background, and you'll see other little video game hardware, which is fun.
I don't want to...
Some parallax scrolling.
Yeah, no, the real reason I don't want them to redo The Crow is because Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah.
Oh, look, between levels, you get this amusing sequence.
Nobody should replace it.
The llama or camel or whatever he is gets refilled with water. It's hilarious. And he gives you a password. Yeah, this game is neat. If you are playing single player, the goat is AI. I believe is how it works.
Though.
Yeah, and there's a way, we haven't figured it out, but there's a way for the goat to be able to ride on the camel, and so you just control, one person does the steering for both, you know?
Check the controls.
I don't know what to do. Well, I mean, we looked at it. You can only do it like at the very start before they start moving. Look, it's raining cats and dogs. Oh, and that's Atari Lynx there. Atari Lynx, baby. And what are the white things? Maybe the European core graphics, which is the European version of the Turbo graphics, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's very chaotic, but it's neat and graphically impressive. Whoa, you really should watch the original Crow. Mm-hmm. Oh no, I turned into a skeleton. Look at me.
Not the sequel so much, but the original.
Yeah, although I do quite like the first sequel, but the third one I did not like, and I don't think I saw the fourth. I could be wrong. But the second one, which is Crow City of Angels, it's an acquired taste, but it's very artsy. You know, like there's even a book about it, which I read and quite enjoyed. Like, it's really artistic and weird, and yeah. I like that weirdness. For other people, though, it would be too weird.
It also has a terrible Sega Saturn game and PlayStation.
Yeah, I never played that.
It was terrible. Skip it.
That's a shame. I also never played the Vampire Hunter D game that was on PS1 or PS2. I forget.
Now I'm dead.
Oh no, she's dead. Yeah, once she dies, she can move the gravestone around, but she can't do anything, which is strange.
Can it block enemies, or?
Why didn't I play more of this on the stream? Because this is actually fun. Does my camel has a cigarette in his mouth? What the heck? Why does he have a cigarette?
Because he's Joe Camel.
Yeah. Don't smoke, guy. That makes sense. Wow. But yeah, don't smoke, guys. It's gross. Yeah, that's Spazpol.
Say what? Sorry, I was I was reading something on Tempest, and I got sucked in. Joe Camel? What?
Yeah, well, my camel had a cigarette in his mouth.
Ooh. I loved those Joe Camel things back in the day. I think it really turned me on to smoking Camel cigarette.
Okay, please don't say that.
I quit. It's been
Good.
19 years without.
All right, good, because we're officially anti-smoking. We have to be, but we would be
things were
anyway.
much cooler in the 90s. Just
Yeah.
it was acceptable.
Ah,
We didn't know there was downsides to it back then.
you think so? I don't believe that is true.
Well,
All
these
right.
chains are just wow.
There we go. All right, let's go ahead and get out of this one.
I thought that entered bestiality. I scored like
I
what?
don't know.
Beast.
Is Chicago still with us? Chicago, where are you? All right, so we got Tempest 2000 and Grid Runner Remaster. Let's go ahead and do Tempest 2000.
Okay, Javor says Slimer didn't belong.
Wow, Javors didn't like Slimer. Wow.
See, me either.
Gosh.
Well, I mean, it's not that I didn't like him. I just thought his parts could be taken out. And it would still be the same movie.
Slimer's the best part of the movie, but anyway.
It's just like Olaf.
He's not just like Olaf. Wow, really, Ima? Yeah, it's been a long time since they were in vending machines. Tempest 2000. Wait, which one has the 2-player? I think it's Tempest
Oh
Plus.
yeah, vending machines. I'm
I thought
yeah,
it was
that's the
when you
best.
pulled,
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
it's
Denny's.
Plus.
you put in the money and then you pulled the lever and
Oh
then
yeah,
Yeah, 'cause they had the lever
yeah,
system.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
I was a
the
kid,
lever-
I saw those. I do remember seeing them.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, this was the hard one. Ugh.
But this, I
Cigarette
like this
vending
port. This port is good. I mean, it's on Atari 50 as
Yeah.
well, but this port is good.
That's true. This is one of the most popular Jaguar games. Like, Jaguar didn't have very many games that were really well liked, but this is one of them.
Am I the...
You're the green.
I'm the green.
this is a. I was like, is there a way I could just post this image?
I mean, you can in Discord.
Oh no. Yeah, I probably should do it there, not on your stream.
Yeah, it might be a good idea.
Yeah. Where should I put this under? Miscellaneous. Here we go.
Oh, I got shot.
Just for you, Galadrius. Just so
Oh,
we can.
thanks. Let me take a look.
Great.
Just like, yeah, that's like that right there brings back memories. Like, one of those things. You're like, yep.
What? And miscellaneous, as you said?
Yeah, miscellaneous.
Hang on.
Javor says the cast was too big in the new Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah.
I do agree. There were a lot of characters in the new movie. Then that reminds me of watching the Ghostbusters comics. The Ghostbusters comics that I read, like the IDW ones before they lost the license, they had quite a lot of characters in them. And that doesn't mean it's a plus in a movie, but like I guess I was primed for such things.
Hey, Spaz, did you ever come up to cool?
No, I was not a menthol man.
Oh, that's it.
Sorry, I did for a New York minute go with the Lucky Strikes. I was like, oh, that's hardcore. You're like, yeah, the filters are bad for you. Let's get rid of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
gross.
I'm like,
Oh, yeah. Did you guys see the trailer
Bunch
for the
of
new
death.
Beetlejuice movie premiered?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the teaser, but yeah, they showed it before Ghostbusters, so you'll probably
But
see it if you go to Ghostbusters.
Yeah. I'm excited for it because Keaton looks like he didn't miss a step.
Yeah, I'm excited for it as well. I mean, the teaser. Has everyone watched the Beetlejuice 2 teaser? Well, the part where Beetlejuice comes out, you would expect him to say it's showtime, but I guess they're saving that. The thing he says, it feels like 80 yard. Like it doesn't feel
The
like
juice is
he would.
loose?
Yeah, like it's not a bad line in and of itself, but it sort of just doesn't feel like it fits what they're showing. That's my complaint with it. Movie should have been longer too. Javor says, "Wow, I didn't notice if it was very short or not."
No,
Tempest
it was
Plus.
right over 2 hours, I thought.
Wait,
So,
we already did Tempest Plus.
now,
Which one did we
quick
not do?
question for you on Tempest 2000.
Yeah,
What was your original thought on Tempest 2000? Like, were you a big fan of Tempest and then did this, or were you like?
no,
was this
I've
your
never really
first
liked
exposure?
Tempest. But I've played the original Tempest briefly on my arcade 1-up cabinet. But unfortunately, the controls are a bit wonky, even though it has a whatever you call the knob
Yeah,
thing.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, because like I loved the original Tempest.
Well,
for
Miss Yama,
arcade,
thank you for hanging out with us.
so that was always my thing. Like I was never sold on these. Like you played Tempest 2000, and I was always like every other version of Tempest. I'm like, it's not.
Well, it's
Like-
got these vector style graphics, which are pretty cool for
Well,
the
no,
time.
it's all. Well, no. I mean, Tempest was always a vector-based system.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. But it had the jog dial to control it. So not having a jog dial always drove me nuts.
Huh. Well, like,
Because you can't go as fast as you could when you just spin it.
I guess that's true, but like, I don't feel like this is bad control or anything. You know, like
I did not like the controls of this
it
game.
does what I expect it to do. Someone's making noise over there. But I mean, graphically it looks nice, and I think it's supposed to have good music, although I can't hear it very much. Tempest 4000 also had pretty okay music and looked pretty okay. But here's the thing: if the enemies get to where you are, if they get to the end, at least in Tempest 4000, like there's nothing you can do. They're just going to come kill you. And so I always felt like I should be able to dodge them somehow. And the fact that I couldn't just made it frustrating. It's like a shoot 'em up where you can't dodge the enemies, so you're just bound to die from them. Like I don't quite get it. But the early levels is not much of a problem because they don't come too fast. But like I mean, like I gave 4000. It's a real serious dedicated review, and I just could not understand the appeal, unfortunately.
Tempest 3000 came out on the new one. The
Yeah,
heck
and
was
they're
the new-
re-releasing.
Isn't it 4000 or is it 3000? Am I saying that
3000.
wrong?
3000
Okay, I'm
came
sorry,
out on the new one.
Okay, I feel like a schmuck. No, but I'm sorry. I mean, whatever one I reviewed for Xbox. Which one was that?
Tempest 4000.
Okay, it was 4000. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Sperry, good to
Space-
see you. Also,
Sperry!
welcome, G-Man VG. Welcome to the stream.
Barry's arrived, fresh from his arm wrestling career.
Yeah, I'm gonna get all the way to the end of this playthrough. Like, I'm just gonna play until I die, and then we're going to do Grid Runner Remastered, and then we'll end the stream. So, we're almost there, guys. If you could stick around until the very end, we would appreciate it. Try not to be like Ima, who goes to sleep so early. But he
I
does.
do that too.
He gets
Why
up
aren't you
crazy
picking
early.
Why aren't you picking up power-ups?
What's a power up?
Those things that come flying down, the little spears. You could
The
pick
enemy
those up.
projectiles?
No, not the enemy projectiles.
the ones that are not the projectiles that come
Yeah,
at you.
the one with the circles around them. Those are power-ups.
Like,
Those are
oh, that?
for you to-
Okay, neat.
No,
Wow, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. That's better.
Pick it up. Pick it
Yeah.
up. There you go.
All right,
Now you have a
thank you.
particle laser, and you can get other things too.
Particle Man, doing the things a particle can. I love it. All right. Oh,
When
the
he's
enemy caught me.
underwater-
He caught me.
It's not.
When
When
he's
he's
one of
underwater,
those
does he get wet,
Nobody
or
knows.
does the water
Get
does
him
the
instead.
water
him
get him
instead.
instead?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, neat. Sperry's been wrestling, apparently.
Yeah, arm wrestling. I
Bears?
told you.
Sperry,
Bears.
are you saying that you had Slappy over just so you guys could physically wrestle together?
Of
Because
course.
that's extremely interesting. Yay! Thank you, In-Room Gaming, for the cheer. We appreciate that, dude. In-Room Gaming, I hope everything's okay. You sounded kind of sad on Facebook the other day, and I've been worried about you. Yes. Little digitized voice. Super Zapper Recharge. So, I don't know, like, the shapes of the levels can be interesting, and there's some pretty gradient coloring effect going on there. And now that I know that there are power-ups, I'm also liking that better.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, I think for a lot of people, this would be the main reason they would want the collection, because it's a recognizable game that some people are really into. So,
Yeah,
hey,
and if you don't have
enjoy it.
Atari 50, this is a good backup way to get it.
Oh, because this exact one's on Atari 50 as well?
I think so, yeah. Because it was one of the premier Jaguar games, so why
Well,
not?
you could be right, but I mean, like, they're just very sparse Jaguar
I'm
and Link
looking.
support on that thing.
I'm looking. Tempest 2000, yes.
Oh,
it is on
cool.
there.
All right. Well, so there's another option for playing. And if I was going to give one or the other, like, I would highly, highly recommend Atari 50 over this. But, like, this is still neat for if you are interested in Llamasoft stuff. See, now that the enemies, once the levels get harder, they come to you and there's not very much dodging possible. Darker Player and Spazpol won the giveaway. Look at you guys. What'd you win? What you win, Spazzer? The
I don't know.
Karate I think.
Probably.
If I came, yeah, I'd probably Steam one if I got picked first.
You're like, I don't know what I'm entering for. I just enter.
Code. Someone
Making
code?
karateka. Yeah, that's.
Yay, Karate.
Let's go open Steam.
Free games.
Ah, he still caught me. Yeah, I'm about to run out of lives here. This is getting tough.
Thank you.
Enjoy,
You're
kid.
welcome, dude. You deserve it. You've been a good Spazpol. As far as we know. Oh,
what do you-
no. I'm dying.
What are you guys getting me for my birthday next week?
Next week?
Next week?
Finally going to turn the big...
me for mine.
He's
It'll
going to
be
turn
like-
the big 6-0.
Nope, I'm turning 21. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that when you get
We
your AARP card?
Yes, exactly. And my free dinner at Denny's. My Grand Slam breakfast.
Ah,
Something to look forward to.
Yeah, well, I gotta have something.
AI Droid, help me out, AI Droid. I'm getting killed here. Oh, good. He actually does. Ah, and then I still died anyway, even though I had the droid. That's on me. So that was Tempest 2000.
Don't go right into the enemy.
Yeah, no, I shouldn't have. I'm a little spastic when I'm playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, guys, last week we had a pre-stream for Eiyuden Chronicles, Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, which is coming out on consoles and PC in April, and it's the spiritual successor to Suikoden, which I didn't even know when we were playing it. But anyway, it was a very pretty game, right? And so I played it longer on my own, and I wrote an article for Co-Optimus. Even though it's not a co-op game, we can do non-co-op games if occasionally, So I did that, and I hope everybody will read the article, which has done quite well so far. Grid Runner Remaster. Let's see this fancy future Grid Runner, which you still cannot predict and dodge the attacks from the outside of the screen, which is lame. Well, actually, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's they're firing on a regular schedule, so you can just kind of fly between them. That's what it looks like. So maybe that's not so bad. What do you think, guys, of the visuals?
We're
it
good.
definitely looks better. Like, nice.
Yeah.
Enhanced.
Yeah, and apparently it's running the real original code, so you're getting enhanced visuals, but not gameplay. But, that's fine. If somebody was really into the original, they'd get a lot out of this. And there's lots of... As this collection showed, we didn't play them all, but there's a bunch of remakes for different newer platforms and such. I mean, I'm sorry, for other computers. There's other computer versions. But it's always been a good-looking game. I only wish the guys on the outside weren't there. But what can you do? Spazpol, besides what you did at PAX, have you played anything lately?
I mean, I've been playing Minecraft co-op with my daughter, so.
Oh, how nice.
That
yeah,
sounds like
even-
me.
Yeah, and so it's interesting watching first graders do because she'll want to set up a new, I would say a house. I'm not really sure what the structure you would be called. It lacks a roof. Sometimes it lacks 4 walls. She'll get like 3 walls done, and then she'll go on, I want to go exploring, and you're like, okay, but we're not on creative, we're on survival, but we're on pleasant. So she's always scared, like, oh, I'm scared, like, of what? The only thing, you just don't fall in lava, like, or from a high place. So what she go do, like, she's figured out scaffolding. And so
Yeah.
she builds, like, this island in the sky, but it's, like, 2 blocks wide. And, like, she'll go and, like, mine up her bed from her last place, not set it down in the new one, decides to go build this
Yeah, middle level.
room in the sky and just falls. And so she'll be like, ah, and I'm like playing on a PC, so I'm like, what? And she's like, I fell. Oh, I'll be okay. And you're like, where's all your stuff? Where I fell, and you're like, so I'm like running over there. Like, I have to like go through all my stuff in the chest because I gotta go with like nothing. to go run over, pick it all up before it despawns, because of course it's a yard sale. And you're just like, she's like, ah, and then don't forget she mined up her bed. So where's she respawning? Like 2,000 blocks from where we started, because of course we couldn't do this from where we started. No, we had to go exploring for 2,000 blocks to go just start randomly setting up, you know, 3/4 complete houses to just go move on to the next one. And we had got a whole world that had been worked for like a month or two with my older son, where he's been doing redstone stuff. It was great, amazing. We had resources galore. Yeah, no, she got bored with that. She wanted to go exploring and starting on a whole new world. My son's like, I'm out. So I was like, I'm not redoing. And so I'm just like, no, this is cool. Because I'm a dad, and this is cool.
Well, hopefully you could teach her more of the expectations or whatever, you know?
She's a first grader. Like,
yeah,
no.
she's got time.
Just let her play. If she's having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're just, it's just like, but it's weird because you'll be like, what do you want me to, it's like, here, I'll just get you resources. What do you want? I need a pickaxe. Okay, you can mine a tree. Just punch the tree.
That's true.
I need a diamond pickaxe. Why? You don't even mine.
All right, that was Grid Runner Remastered. Well, thanks for telling us about that. You played a very interesting official mod recently. What was that?
Oh, we did the TMNT.
Ooh.
We did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle mod, and it was really cool. And it was quite involved.
Wait, which game was this for?
Minecraft.
It's Minecraft.
Oh,
Yeah,
So is it just a skin, or do they actually give you like objectives and like almost make it like a?
It's a mini game.
Yeah, like it's got its own
It's like an
levels
arcade
and bosses, and it's got the Turtles theme song at the beginning.
Yeah. It's like a mini arcade game inside Minecraft, and we had a good time with it. It's about $8, and we had at least two and a half hours of, thing. The only criticism I have is the fight system is a little
Clunky?
it's not sophisticated.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it was quite fun.
Yeah,
She and I had a great time with it.
Yeah, it's neat. It's like, I mean, a 3D Ninja Turtles adventure, and it's one that most people would miss out on unless they're into Minecraft.
Yeah.
But of course, it's DLC. You have to buy it. But
And you can be one of the turtles, and then you can call the other ones in AI so they fight with you too.
nice. Yeah, and I mean, it's got Foot Soldiers and Bebop and Rocksteady and Shredder and Krang. It's based on the 1987 cartoon series. But yeah, that might be something, like, if you ever want to play Minecraft with your kids and not just be doing aimless stuff, like, buy the official mods, or are they actually called mods? Like,
I think they're just downloadable worlds.
yeah, like buy those, because like they also did one for Universal Studios, and
we had fun with that one too, because it was like a mini Universal experience, except it was in Minecraft. So we had a great time with that one too.
Llamasoft here comes with 2 different visualizers. This is one of them. So you can select music and do all these graphical effects and change settings and stuff. And back in the day, when you had a computer and you'd have to run little programs and such, like visualizers like these were pretty neat to show off your hardware and just show off what they can do. Yeah. All right, everybody, we've been playing Llamasoft, the Jeff Minter collection for Xbox. It's also available on PlayStation, Switch, and Steam. How much does this cost? $30, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you are into Llamasoft games, or even just a few of the games like Tempest or Grid Runner, then it's a good buy. Like, it is not a mainstream game. Like, this is not for everybody, because a lot of these games are just too old to have much appeal to modern audiences. But still, I think it is really neat. Like, it's cool to be able to learn about all the game. I've always been interested in the whole game industry. Like every game that comes along that's not a sports game. So it's cool to learn about what Jeff Minter has been up to. And he's got very, very long hair. Most people don't have hair as long as him. So that's a reason to play this as well, I think. Galadrius, thanks for being the reliable co-host this week.
Hey, Spazpol did good. Come on.
Tyler, unfortunately, as we mentioned earlier, he had that bad bout of chlamydia and he couldn't join us.
You mean
But-
syphilis?
I thought it was herpes.
Yeah,
a minute.
yeah. Oh, God, he's had
All
so
of
many
them
of
at
those.
once.
Oh, well, hold on. I thought it was the gout. It's not the gout?
Oh,
It was the
yeah,
crabs
it-
were
it-
acting up. He had to shave.
The clap. It was the clap. But yeah. So, thank you,
Dysentery.
Galadrius.
It's clearly dysentery.
Yeah, Spazpol, it's good getting to catch up with you, especially since you just went to PAX. But thank you very much for hanging out with us.
No worries.
Brandy Bell, thanks for hanging out as well.
Always.
Thanks to our audience. We love you guys, especially the subscribers. They are the cream of the crop, the tip of the top, as they say. But we love all of our viewers. You guys rock. Yeah, we love all of you. We will see you next week. And remember, don't hate, appreciate.
See you guys.
Nighty night.
Grease and chicken grease.
Bye.
And on a whole little SLBs.
With that, say goodnight. It's my bedtime.
Good night,
Get some good rest, Spaz.
Good
Well, I
night.
will.
Yeah, don't forget to
Gotta
read
go
my
play with
AU.
kids.
Oh,
Go ahead.
play. You're gonna play what?
I gotta play with the kids tomorrow. Don't forget to read your what?
My Auden Chronicle article at Cosmos. Everybody read that, especially people who like RPGs. But everybody, please read it, just to be
And
nice.
There's also an Operation Galuga review. We actually played that in full last week.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm still mad
Yeah.
that the game crashed and didn't give me my achievement for beating it.
Oh,
But except for that, it was a very fun stream.
yes. So we will see you guys next week with whatever game we come up with.